The fated king and the destined king, a rivalry that will forever be. A rivalry built on respect, determination, and a will to overcome the other. Who will win and prevail in this epic showdown? Let's find out. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're talking all things episode 5 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divinez Deluxe Arc series. A really smart and fun episode, so let's get into it. Now this episode has a clash of kings that we thought we would have as an ideal final matchup for season 2, but instead we never got that clash until now. And I think saving it for this moment on a big tournament stage was a wise and smart decision, as it allows the show to tell the story that's different than just the destined king being bad because Akaiwa is under Sybil's control. Instead, we got this really hyped up showdown with the prospective members of Team Fated and Team Destined all cheering on their kings, while Akaiwa and Akina battled it out as rivals and as friends. I loved how during this card fight we got some character development from Akaiwa and fighters development from Akina, showing that both characters have evolved and leveled up their game since the previous season. Getting to see that emotion from Akaiwa's character as he reconnected with Suo after the fight against Sybil, and how he's making more and more friends, and how his dream is reunited. You remember that? He wanted to go to Cray, and now that dream is back on course. He's feeling conflicted and sad about not being able to beat Sybil, or being the one to save Suo when Suo, wasn't liking Vanguard or, wanted to be near anything. He was feeling conflicted and sad about not being able to beat Sybil in the previous season, and also not being able to help Suo when needed. But I do have to say, the voice acting for Akaiwa's character and the animation was so perfectly done, and the music helped to make this scene even more dramatic and heartfelt. And I really did like the emotion on display. I think it gave a lot more depth to Akaiwa's character and helps you get behind him, helps you get invested in him within this card fight, that makes it more of a he might be able to win type of feeling that you get. Seeing Akina learning from his match against Kagetsu was really good as well, as we know Akina can adapt his playstyle when needed, as we've seen this before in previous seasons. But in a small space of time, plus having a lot on your mind, this is quite a good feat for our protagonist, as we see him changing up his strategy to get units that can search out his key cards, thus creating his own miracles. And having bravery to save his divine skill until the end in order to use that triple drive effect was really smart and courageous by the character. I like how we're getting to see him use that divine skill as a more offensive strategy instead of always relying on that revival feature that the show has given us many times before. This shows great awareness and maturity from Akina's character, plus it provided us with a cool moment. It shows that Akina was paying attention and learning the lessons that Kagetsu was trying to teach him. Even if Akina was just mimicking Kagetsu's actions, the next step would be for him to find his own path and method of doing the exact same thing, but better. Now, one thing we do still have with Akina though that can help him evolve his game is the fact that we have that unit that Kagetsu gave him. Obviously, this unit is meant to respond to him when it feels like it can trust the user. Now, this unit did get put into the damage pile, so it was never able to feature within this match. So this still has some sort of element to the story to add in to make Akina's game level up. On a side note though, it was odd seeing that Akina still had Garbelius in his deck, as yes, it does synergize and work well with it, but I would have thought Erica would have had this card by now because of how her story arc ended in season 2. We'll see how that goes. Now, one of my favourite things from this match though was seeing how every character cheered on both competitors. This was a really engaging and engrossing type of match that helps make you as the viewer watching get absorbed in this clash, making you feel like you're part of the audience, rooting for your favourite character and wanting the character you want to win. Seeing how both fighters have a good reason to win makes you unsure of the result as well as you go into it. As yeah, seeing the characters react and cheer on these two was such a joy and a pleasure, as you felt like this could have been a finals matchup within the tournament. Honestly though, I do think out of all the matches in Group C, this was Akaiwa's best opportunity to get some points on the board, but alas, that didn't happen because Akina ended up getting the W. But yeah, sorry to Akaiwa fans, I can't see him winning any of the other matches just because of the caliber of opponents he has to face. All in all, we got some positives for our protagonist. Now this was only the beginning and I'm sure more will follow as we progress through the arc. And speaking of what's coming next, we get a showdown between Erika and Now. Two characters that have a connection to both Sybil and Garbelius, which is kind of a tease in the next episode preview where we see Now's eyes burning, one with red and black and the other with white. Now this match I really can't choose a winner in because I think Now has to win in terms of story progression, but I want Erika to win and go far in this tournament and prove herself because, not gonna lie, I like Erika's character more than Now's character. Sorry, I know that's not really... Actually, it's kind of a divided opinion, isn't it? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people like Erika, and a lot of other people like Now. So this could be a battle of the waifus, who knows? Anyways, those were my thoughts on this episode. Let me know yours in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video for more Vanguard content moving forward. Have a great day, arigato, matane, goodbye.